Hey YouTube, it's good to be with you. Pastor Joseph Bianco here, and welcome to this channel. We've been going through a series on how to speak kindly, particularly because of the season of life we're in with the elections and being stuck at home and a lot of chatter online. So today we're going to look at another favorite passage of mine, and that is James 1:19, and it goes like this: Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. And this is a personal passage to me because I am still working on being quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. But I used to be a lot worse than I am now. And it's a passage that I've committed to memory and to my heart for a long period of time, and one that's been helpful if I can bring it to mind in the moment. Now, you might be wondering how. How can we be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger? And actually, I think the second part of the verse answers that question. For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. So what does that mean? Well, when you're angry, I want you to think for a minute. When you're angry, what are you fighting for? You're fighting to be right. You're fighting for righteousness, either for the situation to be made right, for you to be vindicated and to be seen as right. But what you want is righteousness, justice, truth. That is why we become angry. And what this text is saying is that the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. No matter how angry we get, we cannot make things right. Now, notice the text doesn't say don't be angry at all. It says actually be slow to anger. So I appreciated Tim Keller on this. He said, not blow anger or no anger, slow anger. So it's not anger that blows up. It's not that you never get angry, but that we are slow to anger. When we can stop and we can think for a minute, why am I angry? And recognize that this anger that I am experiencing is not going to make that person do the right thing. I think if we can commit that to our hearts and minds, we will find that we're able to be slow to speak, and quick to listen, and slow to anger. So I'm going to give you some practical things that were helpful to me, and I think that would be helpful to anyone. And the first is, I want you to commit this verse to memory. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Memorizing is a form of meditation, and the deeper you can sink this into your heart, the quicker it'll come out as muscle memory. The second thing is, I want you to reflect. I want you to reflect on why you're angry, when you get angry, and consider I want you to play out in your mind what another way of acting would be like. Not that we would act out of anger, but consider what would it look like for me in this situation to speak slowly, to be quick to listen, and to be slow to anger. And then the last thing is, I want you to go ahead and practice it. I'm not saying go out and start a fight, but maybe you have something confrontational you've been meaning to bring up with somebody, and you know you have to have that conversation. Go ahead and have it and practice these things. Say, I'm going to go into the situation being quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger, and see what happens. And I think you'll find that this text is true. The anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please remember to comment. I'd love to hear your comments, as well as subscribe. That's the red button below. And thank you for being with us. The Lord bless you, keep you, and may you seek to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself.